Hey everyone, it's Matthew here from the NOLA Nerdcast live at San Diego Comic-Con, the 50th anniversary of the show with comic superstar delightful duo Art and Franco. How are you both doing today?
Real good, real good. Yeah, real good.
Good.
All
Awesome.
right.
Yeah.
Just universally awesome. Now, for those that don't know, you two were pretty much on the forefront of the wholesomeness in comics, especially. I don't want to say you're the saviors of the young adult market, but I feel like you could be.
You could say that, yeah. We
Would you
started
say
it.
that, though?
We made it cool.
Yeah.
All age books was always around. We just made it cool.
It's true.
You know?
Yeah. And we're still on the forefront.
Agreed, yeah.
Yeah.
So if the way I first found you was in your Tiny Titans or Teeny Titans books.
Yeah.
The it was just so amazing. I was always reading like these traditional comic books, and then I saw this, and I was like, I'll give it a shot. And I just fell in love from day one. And I mean, you guys have done everything from the Titans to Shazam and the Super Pets.
Yeah, Super Pets.
What have you, like, how did this partnership even begin?
I would do shows like this since the early 90s. And one time I met him, and he liked to do shows too since the early 90s. And we just got along, and I would try sharing tables with other guys, and it wouldn't work. But then we get each other. We didn't have to work so hard. Like he could set up a table and I'm okay with it, or I could set it up and he's okay with that, and it was easy to do.
And it was a fun time for the weekend. So we'd be laughing a lot, and then we decided, hey, we should put this down on paper. So we did.
And who approached who? Was it you guys pitching to DC about this really like kiddie take on their properties, or did they go, we like these guys?
They called me on the phone. I was serving breakfast to my kids, and I had one in a high chair. It was funny because one was eating cereal with her hands, and the other one had a little spoon. So the phone rang, and it was our friend Jan, and I didn't know she was an editor at DC, and she offered me a job. Would you want to draw your Patrick the Wolfboy comic books, but with our characters? And I said, sure. And then a few days later, it was like every day for like a week, I was getting phone calls. And then Dan DiDio, the publisher, called me up and said, I just bought all your books from Borders, like all your Wolfboy books. And I read them all. And he said, your writing is with Franco. Well, who's Franco? And then I told him who he was, and he says, well, if you want him to help you write these stories, that would be fine with us, because if you want him to be like Patrick, I said, all right. So that was it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything to add to that?
No, it was. I wasn't there for that part of the story, but then he called me and told me, so then I heard it. Yeah.
Hey, DC just asked if you want to help me write this, and he went, yeah. I said, good, because I already told him you would. It's true.
The best part is, you know, that story took place a while ago because Dan DiDio went to Borders to buy books.
Yeah, I know.
That
And
just
it's
really
funny,
dates the story right
Yeah.
there. So what do you do when you're not bringing wholesomeness and happiness and joy to the world?
Yeah, I write a whole bunch of stuff, and my daytime civilian clothing option during the day is I'm a high school art teacher.
At least
So
you keep it consistent.
at night I fight crimes in comic books, but yeah, during the day I mold young minds. Yeah.
I like watching boxing and eating Harold's chicken. I love Harold's chicken in Chicago. South Side. Yeah, it's awesome, man. I got to go next week. I'll be home Monday. I'll be getting Harold's chicken Monday night.
Where are you guys from?
Chicago.
Chicago.
New York.
Oh, okay. So it's a long distance collaboration. I like
Yeah,
it.
big cities.
Now I have a question for Franco,
Yeah.
because fans of our show are very familiar with Sarah Richard. I like to make her sound fancier. She was our very first interview of all time.
Oh, wow.
And
awesome.
you wrote a book that she illustrated. How did this collaboration come about?
We go to a lot of conventions, as Art said, and one convention I was actually set up next to Sarah, and she was selling this print of this owl that she made, which was gorgeous. And all weekend I was watching her sell this print, and I said, are these just like your fan base? And she goes, no, I don't know these people. And I'm like, why are you not writing a book or drawing a book with owls in it, because you love owls? And she goes, well, I'm not really much of a writer. I'm like, I will write the book for you. And then I said, what are your favorite subjects? She goes, well, I love ghosts and owls. And I'm like, well, there you go.
I mean, that pretty much sums her up quite nicely. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. I know we don't want to take up too much of your time, so can you tell people what you're currently working on and where they can find you on the interwebs?
Yeah, with DC Comics, we have Superman of Smallville. It's coming out in September. We have another one they just announced last week called Archimaniacs with little Bruce Wayne and a bunch of the bad guys.
That.
And I got a book coming out with Boom Studios called Drew and Jot, and I drew it all in crayon. It's about a kid's sketchbook. And that one's cool. And I got Gilbert. This one right here. Gilbert number 1 and 2. Volume 1 and Volume 2 should be out this September, October.
I love
So
it.
yeah, I'm busy, crazy busy.
That's a good problem to have as a
Yeah.
comics creator.
I got like 6 publishers, and I feel it. Yeah.
How about you, Franco?
Same DC books, the Superman book and the Archimaniacs book, but I wrote a sequel to the Ghosty Owl for Sarah,
Yeah.
so she's going to start working on that soon. I have a couple other books coming out from Action Lab. One is called Beamed, and the other one is with Jason May as an artist, and the other one is called Faye in the Moon with Catherine and Sarah Satrun. And I have another book called The Lonely Vampire with Patrick Scullin, and other stuff in the works. Yeah.
And so where can people follow you on the online?
I love her. ArtBaltazar.com is the best place. I'm on Facebook. And I'm on all that stuff. Hashtag and all that.
Are you on the Twitters?
Yeah, if you put famous cartoonist, I'll
pop
come
up
up
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. If you put comic books and Franco, I pop up. But I'm on Facebook, the Twitters, the Instagrams, website, and ohyeahcomics.com, BottomlessStudios.com.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm all over that too. Yeah.
And my final question, I saved the hardest for last.
Yeah.
I know these have been hard-hitting questions already,
Oh,
but
Ava Mendez.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
oh
Go
damn,
ahead.
how'd you know? No,
Hey,
if you have to choose in your heart of hearts, cake or pie?
Ooh. I would go with. I like cheesecake. I'm doing cheesecake. Yeah.
We'll allow it because I
'Cause
cheat
it's
and I
kinda
let
like-
pizza pie count as pizza as
Ooh.
pie.
Oh,
So
yeah. Well, that changes things. So I'm not going to include pizza in that. So I like cake, if you couldn't tell by the look of me. But I like to cheat sometimes with key lime pie,
Oh
which
my
is
God.
a pie, really, not really.
it is. Oh, it's definitely a pie.
It looks
it's
like
a
a
staple
cheesecake.
pie.
I don't know if it is. It's more like a cake,
It's in the name.
but like condensed.
But it's healthy because there's lime in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like
got
a fruit pie.
Exactly.
Yeah. But the other night it was served to me as a lie because they gave me key lime pie, but they put a slice of lime on it, but that's not a key lime.
No.
It's
So it was-
true.
yeah.
They should have gave you your car keys, you
Yeah.
know?
Oh my God.
And it was a square. It was square pie cake
Yeah.
lime.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
the classic wedge shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the pie shape.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time to talk.
You're a good man, Chuck. I mean, Charles. I mean, Mike. I mean, Chris. I mean, Matthew.
There it is. We got it. Oh, you sound like my own father.
That was embarrassing.
Was it though?
No.
Fun for me.
Exactly. Fun for him too. All right. Thank you so
Right on,
much.
Charlie. Oh, sorry.